blaze my own path? How can I be successful? How can I follow the path that someone else has laid for me to be successful?
Sitting on deuces while the blunt burn. Still raping rap music cause I want more. All money, yeah, it's just us four. It's just Cobby, it's just Harvey, it's just Rimpo. It's just Adam, it's just Black Salmon, both the fast. Where your 600 bands, where your rollies at? Where your Cuban links, nigga, where your rollies at? Where your big booty bad bitches stay with posters at? Where you hustle, where you run from the police at?
What's crack?
So what's going on?
Not much, you know.
I
chilling.
like that shit right there.
This dude.
What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of That's My Slime Podcast. We're on episode 7.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming back and tuning in.
It's about to be special.
Real special. We got some motherfucking upgrades. We got a soundboard.
It's lit. Nah,
now
but
you already know these dudes gonna be acting the ass because he got that soundboard.
Yeah, that's just lit.
Good joke, Spud. Oh my God, let's get into it.
So first thing I got on the docket basically was that song. So I want to talk to y'all about what are you guys going to do differently to put yourself or your kids in a position where your parents may not have necessarily put you guys in a better position growing up.
That's a good question.
Very good.
I'm an alcoholic, so
you know we're gonna stay
I'm
woke.
just kidding.
We're gonna stay woke a little bit.
Yeah, we will
this time. In the beginning.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, Brogan.
Oh, okay. I'm bad. What I think I'd probably do different than what my parents is. First off, I'm kid free right now, so that's a head start. So
Rub it in. Just kidding. It's a great moment in my life.
Come on, bro.
Okay. Let's be serious. All right. So, apart from that, probably want to look more into like investing my money and putting like some aside. Basically, I don't want to have to stress about
invest in what though, because you know how people say like,
well,
I want to open my own business, and you're like, what kind of business?
Yeah,
and they don't really have a plan.
I got some side businesses right now that bring me some income every now and then.
You got side chicks?
No, what?
Oh,
no.
You know what's crazy? You can have a side business to make more money, but it's like wrong to have a side chick to get more bucks.
All right, let's get back.
You right now.
Let's get back to what the topic was.
The side business makes you money. The side chick takes your money.
She can make you some money.
There you go. I mean, she could.
Not if you married.
Pimpin'. Anyways, so
you could lead a whole.
All right, trigger happy.
I am trigger happy right now. I love this thing. So
you gotta chill with it. It's too much already.
Yeah, it is. So basically, I want to take any money, like any extra money that I can have, probably look into some stocks and like, you know, small like penny stocks, other small companies, see where that can go. Also some like real estate, because I'm going to be looking to get a house within the next few years, trying to put some away.
Okay.
Big boy moves.
I just want to try and have a plan before I'm 40, because I don't want to go
before you're 40.
Well, I just want to have something already set, because I don't want to be like 45, 50 and then thinking like, well, damn, I don't have any savings or any plan, and I'm damn near about to should be at the retirement age.
Right.
So
that ain't the retirement age. I'm
about to be at the retired age when that's around like what, 65?
It's like 67, I think.
After that, 50 for me.
Yeah, we don't all get that luxury, Chief.
That's not a luxury.
To retire at 50, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
To retire
and then have some steady income after the fact.
Yeah.
We don't get Social Security until 67.
That's okay. I ain't worried about Social Security. That's why we have the businesses.
True.
I think mine is just kind of the same boat, is making sure I have properties, stuff like that. But I think what I'm going to do most like differently, not taking anything away from my mother and what she's done for me, you know what I mean? But putting my kids on game to what the world is like, what kind of things they need to pay attention to, how they need to move with their money, how to use their money, so forth. Because I don't want to just give. You know what I mean? Because how's that going to help them in the future? And then they expect and try to use me as I get older. Not saying that they necessarily would, but that's something that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they just eat off of you your whole life. And then you got a 40-year-old child living in your basement. You know what I'm saying?
40-year-old child.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not, I think it's more than just me working on my businesses and stuff like that, but also the game that I kick to them. So that way they're on a higher way of thinking when it's time for them to start taking over and getting their stuff situated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's just most important. Not only business wise, but all mental. Trying to keep them on game.
Right.
I mean, they're still gonna have to go through their trial and error, but you know what I mean. So
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing that I didn't really know about was getting your debt taken care of early as possible.
facts. That's true.
That's the
Facts.
I think that's the biggest thing you can teach your kids to get out of debt.
And money management too. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well,
Yeah,
all that
part of that.
fault.
I actually started on that yesterday.
So,
Speaking
like-
of that topic.
So saving your money,
Yeah.
paying off your debt,
Mm-hmm.
watching your credit. I mean, it all doesn't sound like important when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, but
Right.
you know, you kind of put that foundation early. I think that would help a lot. Because they don't
Absolutely.
teach you stuff like that in school anyway, you know, about credit, about paying off debt, interest rates, things like that. So I think that alone will definitely give your kids a head start.
Absolutely.
And also, I would say owning some type of property, because if push comes to shove, you can always sell that property and get some money out of it.
Have an asset.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think I would push my kids to
To try to own something.
buy a house sooner than later. So
Yeah. And staying away from getting into unnecessary debt
yep,
or unnecessary loans that they don't
Yep.
need, so
Yep.
forth. Because, hey, you could make sacrifices driving a little whip around that you got, little beater.
yep,
You know what I mean? Get you to point A from point A to point B. You know what I mean? You don't need the fanciest thing with some crazy ass interest rate, and you need a cosigner on it and so forth.
and it's
So,
crazy. My parents never spoke to me about any of that. Like
Right.
when I think about it, they never spoke to me about credit. They never spoke to me about debt. They never spoke to me about my credit score or interest on a credit card.
I think that,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I don't know why, because they're all in debt.
I don't think it's that they
They didn't tell
they
me.
didn't want to talk to you about it. I think that just they maybe weren't educated themselves on it at the time
Yeah,
to explain it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because back in, I feel like our parents' time, it was more work hard, take care of, make sure there's a roof, so forth. It wasn't like everybody was on game to move forward. It was just like trying to stay afloat type deal.
Yeah.
And what sucks is that even if you die and you have that debt passes on to your family.
That
So you
I
just
did not
leaving
know.
that burden. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go after your family. They're like, oh yeah, they had like 30,000 in debt. And then and if your family was smart enough to have life insurance or anything, oh, that's gone. If you have all that debt, so you leaving them with nothing.
I know with my kids, I'll probably make sure I try to set them up with like a little trust. You know what I mean? Like a little trust fund
Little nest egg.
that they can't touch till they're like 25. You know what I mean? So just build some compound interest.
My
Can
kids,
Can you set it longer than that?
my kids will be 45.
Yeah, I think so. You
I
can.
think like 30.
Because I think they did that for Iverson. Like when he blew all that cheese, he couldn't touch it till he was like 45,
I think that's what I'd do. Something 30 something.
30 something.
Because 25, you're still young. You're going through stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same.
Around 30 is like, okay, it's time to get my ducks in a row. With a lot of people.
Around 45, you already been through the emotional crippledness. So
Yeah, you done
you already know what it's like
I
to
mean,
be
you
broken.
lost a couple loves.
But some 45-year-olds still be doing shit that fuck them up and put them in
Be at
bed.
the bar. Let's fucking go, man.
Straight
club,
up.
strip
Straight
club.
up. Trying to live that life.
Yeah, that is a good point. They could be down and they suddenly get like a nice old check for like $50K.
Right.
100K.
Titties,
Yeah.
Strippers and blow.
strippers, and cocaine.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Try to teach them.
My mom taught me about it, but I was already like basically grown by then. So,
Yeah, you think you know everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even that. It was just more of that's when I first got talked to about it. And it's like, you should be doing this. And I'm like, oh, I'm too late.
I think too is like maybe they did bring it up at some point. You know what I mean? But it wasn't broken down for you to really understand what they were talking about.
Right.
Or
You know what I mean? It's like real brief. Like you need to make sure that you're saving money. Okay, well, why do I need to? You know what I'm saying? There was no why behind it. It was just like make sure you're saving your money.
Right.
And then we'll just be like, why?
Yeah.
And it's like, I ain't listening to that. I'm trying to go get this
Yeah,
Xbox game.
Plus, when
Because
you're young, you ain't really paying attention. You know, you
Yeah.
think you know everything anyway. So
Because actually thinking about it right now is when I was working it's a previous job that I had, and my W-2 came in, and my mom was like, "So where's all that money at that you just made this past year?" This is when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
20, 21. She's like, "Where's all that money you made from the year?" And I was like, "That's a good question."
Damn.
You know, straight up, because you don't have nothing in savings. You don't have,
Yeah.
you have just a bunch of materialistic bullshit that
Yeah.
doesn't account to anything from that point,
no, you don't need it.
right? Because like you said, buying the games, the Xbox, the shoes, the clothes, the unnecessary shit, spending money on going
money.
out, so forth,
Money in the cars.
right?
Cars in the clothes.
And then that kind of, I still didn't I still didn't catch on to what she was saying.
I suppose.
I still didn't catch on to what she was saying when she was talking to me about it.
Right.
But
Yeah, man. I think all the stuff that we kind of bumped our heads with growing up, and how our parents raised us
yeah,
to know about things financially. I think we're definitely gonna put our children
absolutely.
in a better position of at least having the knowledge, so they at least know what to look out for. So that'll make y'all good fathers.
What do you
and good
think?
parents and all that.
What do you think is gonna make sure that you stay on track with teaching these pivotal moments within your child's
What's
life?
gonna
Keep you on track with doing it? Because life is gonna be happening for you too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's still your kid.
Yeah, I think,
absolutely. But what's gonna remind you, like, oh, it's time for me to start talking about this, or it's time for me to put Shorty on game with this.
well, as soon as they're
because-
born, that's what happens. Like
Come
it's
out
not
the
even
womb,
about
get
me.
a fucking job, get a savings account.
So, because what I'm saying is, like, you go through the motions of taking Shorty to sports stuff or other events that they're involved in. You going to work, you clock out. It's like,
It's like any other thing you teach them. That's just have to be part of.
That's where your
The
free time.
process.
You're basically at the kid's point. You literally do not have free time unless they're out of friends or something. You don't. You're free. Any free time that you supposedly have, even when you're home, it's always going to be something you can teach them. Like even if they're like the time that you could spend taking them to say like a practice, that car ride, you could be like, hey, so how's this going? How's this? Let me tell you about this. We'll talk more when I pick you up.
but can it always be a lecture, like, about,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, bro. Just give me the practice. I want to be around my friends.
Or when it comes to them wanting money, and they want to buy
showing them the
things,
value
and
of the
then
money.
You show them like, look,
Dad, can I have $50 to go to the club?
to go to the club.
I'll be like, dude, no.
Or like if they want an Xbox or whatever the system's gonna be for Christmas, you could buy it for them, but then you gotta show them like, look,
It's one of those
Sure.
things.
this is $300. I need you gonna work and give me whatever for it if
Yeah.
you really want it.
Think about that too. It's like, I
And
think,
then the funny thing is with that, like my little cousin, like if you buy it from him, cool, whatever. But if he has to take his money by himself, you're like, you know what?
Fuck that.
I think I'm cool on it.
but
You know
that's
what I mean?
a good mindset to have too, though. Not the part about like, yeah, give me from somebody else, but
Yeah.
it's like, I'm second, or I'm taking that moment to think again or think twice about, do I really need that?
When is your money though?
Right.
When is your
At-
money?
Right.
Okay, so on to this next thing.
Instead of impulse buying.
At what age do you teach them financial responsibility? What age would you start teaching your kid financial responsibility? Like, say, even to starting like an allowance. Like what, 10?
So give a kid allowance. I don't even know what age. you
You're
give a
not
kid
getting allowance from me, bro.
Well, I'm saying it's like financial responsibility because I've seen some parents.
I would say 10. 10 is
Yeah,
a good
they would
age.
do it to where if you want something, you got to put up half.
Oh yeah.
And then
Yeah.
if you can put up half and there's something you really want, then
I
do
like
that.
that.
And then,
'Cause-
and then by the time that
Because
they
then they
get
have
the money,
some skin in the game. Usually,
then-
if you don't have skin in the game, you're like,
and then by the time
You
that
don't
they
take care
have
of
the
the
money,
shit.
they're like, I have all this money
do I want to spend it?
Exactly. And then I've seen that some parents, like, there was this one story I read to where it was he would always make through his entire life until he graduated college. His dad would always make him pay half for everything that he wanted, and he would go half with them on the other stuff. And then by the time he graduated, his dad had paid for everything, like even his half, and he gave the money back to him.
Yeah.
Everything that you ever bought that you put your money into, he saved it,
For
and
him.
then he gave it back to him when he graduated college.
Yeah,
That's love.
I've seen that before too.
And then some parents that charge their kids rent while they stay there, they just pocket the money and then just give it back to them when they're ready to go on their way.
Yep.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking my kids' money.
Cause you never.
Daddy needs some new shoes. Your mama needs a new dress.
Wow.
I got some cutty last night.
You get one bowl.
I got some cutty too.
You ain't getting no cutty. You lying.
You get one bowl, and then he came back with that big ass bowl.
Only one person getting cutty in this house. It's gonna be me. Man, fuck out of here.
So
I don't want to
Yeah.
kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you.
So along that topic of like parenting and being a good father, what do y'all think about LeBron supporting Bronny in his AAU games and celebrating and joining the layup lines and all that? Is that too much? Is that just you being a good father or supporting your kid in his game or what?
I think that's you being a great father. Honestly,
It's not too much.
nah.
It's LeBron.
It'd be different if he was heckling.
So if it was a regular, if it was you in the layup line, and
If
acting
I'm
like
coming
that,
up there, hey, young blood, pass me the rock.
that is also
is
true.
Is that different if it's like a regular person or if it's
Yeah.
LeBron he gets a pass?
Well, it's LeBron. Like, it's the greatest player in the world. Now, if it was like,
A regular person.
even if it was like a G leaguer, I'd be like, man, sit your ass down.
Not well. I mean, you mean in the layup lines and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
in the
Yeah.
layup
Not
lines.
if you got. Not if it's your team. If it's your team, I'm gonna get in the layup line.
Now, here's the thing:
I'm gonna show you what's up and show you this bounce real quick.
Oh yeah, actually, you're right. That was his team. Now, if it was
So,
like
yeah.
his high school team, I mean, it's still LeBron, so they probably would let him do it. But
I mean,
I don't see why.
they did it with Drake.
Yeah, and he
That
was,
was in
and that was a
college.
college game.
That was
But
a
that's
co-
even
That's
even worse. Yeah, I mean, like that's
NCAA.
right,
type.
right.
Drake is everyone's girlfriend.
Oh God.
So,
There you go.
but my thing, the other parts
some
though,
flowers
like the
on
other
my
parts, like him
face.
celebrating for all the like the little stuff that Bronny's doing.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
think
Dad.
that stuff is awesome because I don't know if any other dad would be that animated. You know what I mean? But I think it's still great because of the fact that you need that. You
Right.
need that support like that.
I mean, you can see how enthusiastic he is when they're doing well, but he doesn't do that same thing like carry on crazy when they're losing. Like he's
Right.
not shouting, he's not getting kicked out.
Right.
You know
He
what I mean?
coaches.
He's positive.
Absolutely.
About how he does
I
it.
seen something. I don't know if you showed me it or not. Is when his youngest son was playing,
He
and
had a
his
bad
youngest
game.
son,
He's
had a bad game. And he, after the game, he went over to him. Well, his youngest son felt like he had a bad game.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
because he wasn't scoring
Yes, and then he went over to him and it was like
and pointed out
all the good stuff that he did. It was like the steal,
the pass.
all the stuff that led up to all the other
next player getting the points and not him necessarily getting the bucket.
teaching. There goes that lesson he was teaching
Yeah.
too at the same time. But that's the support system. So I don't think it's unnecessary. I think it's.
So you guys are okay with him in the layup lines and celebrating? And,
I think so.
And kind of, I won't say, did he run on the court like? On
Yeah,
he
he stepped on the court like about a good 4 or 5 feet into the
like free throw line ish, right?
almost. Yeah.
Shoe fell off.
I think that if a dad was sitting courtside, and
But he
their
doesn't
son,
do that all the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying if their son did something like that, and then he ran on the court, and he was like, "Yeah," because it was a timeout, wasn't it? And he just started going. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the official would just be like,
Yeah.
"Sit back down."
Yeah.
But it's LeBron, so you can't just be like,
Yeah, you can't say anything.
And but then is LeBron he's so programmed now to do that, you know what I mean? Because when he's in the NBA games,
"Yeah."
something goes crazy, they come off the bench and they're in the middle of the court at
So-
times.
Right.
So he probably was just back in that habit or
What about? So I think about it this way. I think he kind of has a thing where it's kind of a lesser version of kind of like a Michael Jackson syndrome. And hear me out when I say this. It's like Michael Jackson from the time he was a kid was always in the limelight, always was doing business, always recording, always doing stuff. He never had time to be a kid.
Okay.
And obviously that didn't turn out the greatest. But if you look at LeBron,
What do you mean the greatest?
Like, he
because
had-
he was a superstar.
no, I'm saying it was a superstar, but I'm talking about like his personal life because he had all them scandals and
Okay.
everything like that, like
Okay.
all those allegations.
Okay.
To where LeBron right now,
I mean, the perfect example would be like LeVar. Like that too.
well, what I'm saying is that LeBron right now, ever since he was like a freshman, he's been in the national spotlight. He was like the first athlete that they were televising high school games for.
Right.
He's been in the spotlight. He's constantly had the eyes on him to where now he's had to be a professional his whole life. So like now that he has his own kids and they don't have as much as a spotlight because social media is so big.
And on top of that, he didn't have a dad.
Exactly.
growing up
So now
to
he
support
can
him.
just act out and be
While
the
out
free,
as a
and be a free personality now,
Right.
to where he doesn't always have to be so professional. He can just be himself,
Right.
because he's doing it for somebody else. People are obviously watching him, but they're there for his son.
To me, I just see a proud father.
Exactly.
That's really it. That's
Well-
bottom line, because you see it as him not necessarily growing up with a father and doing all the great things he was doing growing up, and now that his son is taking that same role, or at least on that path, we can see. Not saying he's going to be the next LeBron, but he's on a good path. He's just happy to see what he's doing.
He's a freshman, by the way. Y'all said he was a sophomore. He's a freshman.
Okay.
He's gonna be going in. I
I
think
don't
that's
know
crazy.
if I said he was a sophomore, but I just told you his age.
14,
He's like
15.
15 years old.
But that's crazy. He is pretty athletic already.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I don't have a problem with
But
that.
I mean, like, look at his father though, athleticism. So his father can jump out the gym and has done so since he was young. So
Yeah.
there's kids that dunk at like 7th grade.
Yeah.
yeah, but I was meaning like because there are some to where they don't match up to what their like the skill their parents
We
did or
don't.
even
We still
athleticism.
don't know. We're still kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like he's very athletic for his age, but there are some that like look at Michael Jordan's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
Because you can definitely thrive in high school, but
Right.
the real test is like how you gonna be when we get to college.
and plus, think about the access he has to all the training. Be like, this is your body type right now, so we want to maximize what you have right now.
I wonder if he's on like the same type of diet program that LeBron is. You know how
Probably
he
not.
pays all that. Those
LeBron probably got him
Like $1
just-
million a year.
Yeah.
LeBron probably just got him being a kid, man. Like
He probably says like during the season,
except for that
during
BS
the
he did on
season,
Twitter.
Huh?
Except for that BS he was on Twitter doing. Remember I sent you
Oh
that?
yeah.
I was like, man, fuck these bitches. I was like, man,
and
what?
then he pulled the camera back. He's like, bitch.
So overall, we agree that he did not go overboard. with
Nigga
the
got
celebration.
Instagram and
Nah.
went crazy.
Right?
It's LeBron James.
Okay.
He got little dude got Instagram and went crazy.
He's like, you can have an Instagram now. He's like, fuck these bitches, fuck these hoes. Ronnie, get the fuck down here.
So
Taco Tuesday.
Taco
What day is it? What day is it?
Taco Tuesday. So speaking of fathers, let's talk about Gucci.
Gucci.
Now they're saying that he has to pay 6 figures in back child support, in addition to the $10,000 a month moving forward. What do you guys think about that?
The justice system is whack.
Now I don't know the whole logistics of what happened and why, but as a rapper or as someone making a lot of money, what's happening? Why are you paying all this child support? Why aren't you? What's going on?
It's not even that. Like, go ahead, Spud.
I didn't have anything. Go ahead.
As far as this goes, I think a lot of it, the justice system now just thinks that. Here's my thing. Most women out there say that they want the equality on it. But then the divorce comes, oh, I have a certain lifestyle. I have to do this. I have to do that.
Right.
And the justice system like, oh, a poor mother with her child. It's like you should pay that much if you're never going to be around the kid. If you're never going to be around, never going to support them, never do nothing, cool. Guess what? If you want to pay that price and not be around them, go ahead and pay that price. But if you're going to be active with the child's life and all that, you shouldn't have to. especially those lifestyle keep ups. It's like, listen, you can live a comfortable life, get that, because even regular people, I have a story about this, but even regular people get shafted, all because it's nowadays they just see as, oh, single mother good, father bad, deadbeat.
So, but how do you determine that they're gonna always be around? You know what I mean? After you go to court, how do you know that? And then we go back to so that's the case. Like you
Especially
say
with
that you're gonna
Gucci.
be around, so forth. It doesn't end up happening. So you already had your trial or whatnot, and you found out how much you had to pay, so forth, and you had to be active in the child's life. Couple months, years go by, and you're not there. Whatever the case may be, you go back to court and you have to show up. And they're like, "Well, you haven't been showing up." And they're like, "Well, now I'm going to show up." And now
What do you mean
start
showing up?
like being active in the child's life.
But what if your profession does not necessarily allow you to be around all the time?
I would say
Well, I'm not saying all the time.
there should be a
But
point
I'm
where you
just
should.
saying, like, look at rappers.
You
They're always on the
should, you
road
should have like
traveling.
evidence or something like that, because guess what? If regular people have to do it nowadays, the rappers with all the resources they have,
There's no excuse.
there isn't.
I'm not even saying just
Agree.
rappers, but look at like
Celebrities,
no, like NBA players. They're
they're gone.
You know what I mean?
Most
So
of the time.
how?
Those are celebrities, though.
Not all of them.
I guess.
Is
Nah.
Jared Dudley a celebrity?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How? Jared Dudley a celebrity? He's
Come
just
on,
a
bro.
basketball player. That
I
ain't
mean,
a
but you know
celebrity.
But
him.
how much?
That doesn't make
How
him a
many million?
celebrity.
How many millions of dollars has he made?
There's mad rich people that's not celebrities.
All right, we'll just keep going with your story, my nigga.
I'm just saying, like you're basing celebrity off of.
All right, no, I got you.
All right.
You made your point.
All right, so you agree?
Don't make me bust this shit.
Somewhat, I
There you
agree.
go. All right.
Score one for Rudo.
So yeah, I would just say it has to be based off of the profession. Because what about baseball players too?
I think
they play what
100 and some, like 40, 50 games. Yeah,
Like
I think it has to do with. I gotta know the whole story. What's the whole story of the situation?
I don't know the whole story.
You know what I'm saying? What's the whole story of the situation? What has led us to this point? So forth. I'm not saying that it's right that he has to pay all this stuff,
Right.
but I'm just saying we
From
got to
the
know the story. We got to know what's going on.
outside looking in. Let's clarify that. From outside looking in with no context,
And you
because
hear
basically
six-
that's what this
Right.
this
It
whole
sounds crazy.
podcast is
Sounds
about.
absolutely
Yeah.
crazy.
We just have unfiltered opinions on this. It is crazy, and the story that I want to say is that recently, my sister, my brother-in-law, like they have a child who he basically his first kid before they got married. He has to go to court sometimes and basically work on custody and saying, hey, like reduce like, you know, the child support and all
Yeah.
that. He is a sheriff.
Yeah.
He does a lot for his community. He's been featured like a couple of times already in newspapers talking about how he does good back for the community and all that. He's a
Right.
good dude.
Right.
He went to the Navy. He did good there. He's served his time. He's done all that. So now, the baby mama, she is pregnant by another dude, and now she's saying that, hey, going to the court saying, hey, I allegedly, this is what I've heard so far. Maybe I may be paraphrasing, but she's like, oh, I'm with child. I can't work.
I'm with child.
I'm with child. I can't work. I need him to pay more.
Sound like
Who's
a
him?
fucking caveman.
He needs to pay
Oh,
my brother-in-law.
Okay.
She's saying he needs to pay more to support her because she can't work, even though she doesn't work at all.
that's crazy.
She don't work at all, and she's already with somebody else. She's pregnant with another guy's child who she's in a relationship with.
Right.
He already works, and she rarely lets him see. She rarely lets my brother-in-law see his child. And then she's like, nope, need to do this, this, and this. And she's like, I don't. And then she says something about my sister, apparently saying, oh, hey, I don't know. I don't trust her being alone with him to go pick him up from school. She could be a sex offender for all I know. And I'm like, are you serious right now? So then the judge rules. What's crazy is that my brother-in-law, as a sheriff, served as a bailiff all day with that same judge. Served with her all day. It's his turn. It's his turn for his case. Judge rules. Yeah, we're gonna up the child support to $500 a month. You're
500 more.
no $500 total. $500 a month
Oh, that ain't bad.
for regular people. Yeah,
That ain't bad.
$500.
That ain't bad.
No, that's like, what is that? $125 a week. Is that crazy?
I guess
for a kid?
we all not living like how he living.
Maybe I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Ooh, 500, dude. What could you do with an extra $500?
No, I'm just saying for your kid. Like, it depends how much.
But part of
No,
it's
I'm
going
saying
towards
that
her lifestyle
it's-
because
No, but here's the crazy thing: is that now I may be getting it wrong. That maybe it's $500 like a week or a month. I don't know. All I know is it got up to $500, and now my sister is not allowed to go pick him up from school by herself. He is a sheriff. He doesn't have a flexible schedule. His schedule constantly changes, so who knows what's going to happen. And then if he abandons appointments because of his work, they count it against him.
Oh wow.
And then, and they decided to say, my sister's like, I really have to go back to work now. Like, I have to go back to work and not will be able to watch my kids because we can't afford to pay that $500
Right.
to this.
Lady.
Yeah. No, fuck it. We can't pay $500 to this bitch over here because she says, "Oh, hey, I can't work. I'm
Right.
pregnant with somebody else, so you have to go work to pay for me."
Yeah, that's crazy.
that sounds wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. The justice system isn't for fathers
It's not. It's really not.
and black people. But that's just another topic. Next one I had
I
on
just
here.
think everybody needs to be equal in justice system and in the community.
That sounds easier said than done. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Well,
That shit was like
thank you.
40 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got to work on that one.
Thank
Snip
you.
it. Cut
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, you gotta cut that
Nah,
shit
hey,
down.
it's a standing ovation.
Next one. What do you guys think about the 10-year-old boy? I don't know if you heard the story. 10-year-old boy from Michigan. He's playing dodgeball with a bunch of kids. He hits a kid in the face. The kid has, I guess, a bruised
And gets a concussion.
face, a concussion, a black eye, and the parents of that child has pressed charges on the boy
For assault.
for assault charges on the boy.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
So-
It's a 10-year-old.
So
What do you
they live
guys
in the suburbs as well.
What do you guys think about that?
Both kids.
Yeah. The school's in the suburbs. They live in the suburbs.
Can I ask this? What are the races of the children?
I know the one that
Through the ball.
is black.
And the one that got hit?
Not sure.
Yeah. I
Can't
don't know.
say. But if I had to guess,
Billy.
a
No.
little Jimmy,
Little Jimmy. No.
little Channing.
He's like, he had a headache. I mean, ma'am, it was a slight headache. It's a fucking concussion.
I never heard.
His eye was red. He has a black eye.
I never heard tissue damage.
My poor Bentley.
I don't know what tissue damage is to the face. What is it?
I think like a sprain or a tear or something. I don't know.
That sounds like a bruise, G.
Yeah, it's a fancy way of saying a bruise.
A black eye.
But he's 10 years old.
Exactly, he's 10.
They're playing dodgeball, which is a game that we've all grown up playing, right?
What if he really didn't like Billy?
No, they
And he
like
was
when
like-
the story is like they knew each other for the longest time, then I think they were even friends.
Yeah. And he was just like,
Yeah.
strike one.
But how hard is this kid throwing? Because if he's throwing that damn hard, he should probably be in the majors.
I was about to say, he probably gonna get picked up. We'd like to sign him to a contract. Throwing that heat, son. Way to go. You Dominican? Let's go.
Wow. But that's just wild to me to go ahead and press charges against him.
Yeah.
And it's not, the school's not held responsible for anything because they're the ones that are like, okay, it's okay for you guys to play this game.
Yeah, I think as a parent, she should look at exactly what happened. Talk to the other kid, talk to the parents of the other kid.
Right.
Why are you going to the police on a dodgeball game? Yes, I understand. Let me ask y'all this though: what if it was your kid
You
that
pay
ended
you.
up with
That ends up getting hit.
the black eye and all that?
If
good
it was
stuff?
that
I mean,
extreme,
get your ass up. You good?
Okay, okay.
if it's that extreme as they're making it, you help them with these medical bills. You help them with that at least, but I'm not gonna go to the police and say blah blah blah. You're doing this, but if they came back, if it was literally as bad as a concussion,
Then it should be
and
the
did all
school
this-
that is
But-
doing that, not the
okay,
other
but
player.
what if-
The school is supervising this situation.
It's dodgeball.
Let me ask you.
Yeah,
you
they're
can't control that,
supervising it,
but
though.
you can't control that.
So you can't control that. Maybe he just threw it and it happened to hit his face. He didn't necessarily aim for his face. He's fucking 10 years old.
Time out.
How coordinated is he?
Time out, B. So let's just say your kid plays Pop Warner football. Mm-hmm. He's a running back. He gets tackled. Mm-hmm. Mistake, helmet to helmet. He has concussion. Mm-hmm. Is it the other kid's parents' job to pay for the medical bills off playing Pop Warner football?
If it's a regular game, no. If it's practice, yes.
But it's part of the...
It's also part of the school's responsibility. But I think...
No. Not this school. I'm saying you're playing on a team.
Yeah.
You're playing another team.
No, in a regular game, no.
Things happen. Mm-mm. But in a practice, you think the other parent is responsible for that?
Because it's practice.
I don't...
Because here's the thing. When you're
things
playing,
happen in practice too, right?
Things can happen in practice, but if it gets to the point where you're knocking motherfuckers out when it's practice, when you're supposed to be going like half speed.
But it's an accident.
Well, I get that.
You don't have to.
You're not supposed to go at half speed in practice.
Sometimes in football, yeah.
No, I don't see.
What? It's the same thing.
Why do you think they don't tackle the quarterback?
Why do
the quarterback? But
you're talking about NFL. We're talking about little kids. That's not the same situation. They don't put on a red jersey and be like, "Don't tackle the quarterback." That's not how it works. So they're going full speed, just as you went full speed when you played basketball.
But you don't have to get hit hard to get a concussion sometimes. Too.
Right, absolutely.
It just have to be right spot.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So
the concussion, I'm not too worried about.
But that's what I'm asking. I'm asking you
else.
if medical bills involved.
Now, if he was targeting, then it's different.
Here's my thing.
Accidental contact.
If you can see that it's an accident and stuff like so. Say
but you're not there.
Yeah, I know. So here's my thing. If
still don't answer the question.
So I'm trying to answer the question, but anytime I say a sentence, well, wait. What about this?
Go ahead.
All right. So if say like sports, I can understand. That's where it's a little bit more lenient. Like, so yeah, if things happen, it's a sport that involves a lot of contact. Like there is a lot of contact involved in Pop Warner and football. It is basically a contact sport. So if something happens, it's a little bit more understandable. Actually, it's a lot more understandable. But dodgeball is basically the only contact you should have is a ball. And then basically it shouldn't even be thrown that hard. You don't expect that kind of an accident to happen in dodgeball.
So you want the kids to play soft?
No,
like throwing the ball soft.
No, not throw the ball soft, but sometimes, like if something like that severe happened in a game something like that is not supposed to happen.
So you want the other parent still to take care of something that the school was supervising.
Fuck the school, like with the whole Pop Warner thing. You even said then like you would want
I understand that more. That I was wrong on that part because.
Okay.
Because of the part where it's football, like it's like 99% of football is contact, so that's a little bit more lenient there.
Well, what's dodgeball? You got to get hit with the fucking ball. That's 99% of the.
That's the object of the game.
Yeah, right.
You don't expect to be coming out of that shit with black eyes and.
I'm not saying that you do.
But if you go to football and you play a hard game, you're expecting to walk sore the next day. I'm not trying to go into dodgeball and be like, oh fuck, I got to put this neck brace on.
So you playing basketball, you get hit with an elbow by mistake.
That's part of the game.
I'm gonna fucking sue you, buddy.
It fucks up your eye socket or your cheekbone.
But that's part of the game. Mm-hmm. Because elbows happen.
There is contact in basketball.
Right.
There's
and
contact
so does
in
dodgeball.
No.
Yeah.
Body to body contact?
The ball hit him in the face.
I know.
So what did the school do to protect him from getting hit in the head?
Nothing.
So whose fault is it then?
It ain't the school fault for playing dodgeball and someone gets
but for
accidentally.
her to go to the police station and be like, I want to press charges
that bitch
on
is crazy.
this
That's
kid
crazy.
Because of this situation, then where's the police saying, ma'am, come on. The school supervised this situation.
Then let me ask you this.
You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's waivers that you got to sign or whatnot, and if they didn't, then the school's responsible for that scenario.
Let me ask you this: your child,
I can see that.
somebody else's child comes over to somebody else's child stays at your house for a sleepover with your kid. They end up playing a game or something. Somebody falls and breaks their arm.
Okay.
That's on.
Oh, hey, it happens. You're not going to help with the medical bills?
Well,
That's
they're
a
not
completely different
You're at
situation.
my,
It's a
you're
game.
at, no,
It's a
but
game.
you're
No,
at my
it's not.
house. You if your
Under
kids,
my supervision is what I said.
Yeah.
The school's the supervisor at that point. Who's the PE teacher? What the fuck are they doing? You see what I'm saying?
He was probably like, damn.
If you're at my house
You're out.
and I'm supervising your child and I don't know what they're
I'm
doing in the
responsible.
room,
I'm responsible.
and then the next thing you know is that somebody has a broken arm, yeah, I'm gonna take your
But
kid
it's
to
saying
the fucking ER.
but they're doing stuff they're not supposed to do. We're in dodgeball. What are you supposed to supervise in dodgeball?
Bruh, how do you control the ball not hitting somebody in the face?
How do you control your kids not climbing on shit and breaking their arm? You tell them don't do that.
that works every time.
Brogan.
Have you ever done anything your
So
parents tell
you
you not
tell
to
me
do?
that you
Always. I was an obedient child.
So you tell me you're telling me that every pass you've thrown has gone exactly where you wanted it to go.
Exactly. Even turnovers.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Even turnovers.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, hey, man, we
Now
needed
you're
that
just
extra possession.
now you're just arguing just to argue.
I'm not arguing with just
Yes,
argue.
you are.
No,
Well,
I'm saying
well,
I think that at that point, if it was a severe injury and something that is not
Which is-
supposed to be there, if it from outside looking in, if those injuries are exactly how they're now, this crazy ass woman could probably just be exaggerating, going to police and all that, which is be the case, and I would just be like, hey, fuck off. But in this case, if something like that happened to my kid and they came back and said, oh, hey, like his face is fucked up.
Jimmy hit him in the face with a.
And I'd be
dodgeball.
like, I would talk to the parents first and be like, is there a problem with our kids? What happened to that? And then if my kid did that to somebody, I would offer.
okay.
I would be like, hey, like, I'm sorry that happened. Is there anything I can do
I'd
to
have been
help?
like, your kid should have bobbed instead of weave. Next time.
Not my
Dive,
fault. He's
dip,
not
dive, and
coordinated.
dodge. So at this point, is it saying, I'm sorry your kid was white?
But
No, that'd be white. That nothing to do with it.
His equilibrium was off. My son got them hands.
I think it's
He could've had
trash. I think it
vertigo.
was trash. But they dropped the charges.
Yeah. So the
Ended up
moral
dropping
story
the
of that
charges
was
because
the charges shouldn't have been there in the first place.
exactly
the court dropped it.
That's
They was
the
like,
whole
this is
thing.
ridiculous.
Oh, the court did?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
The prosecutor did.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been like, fuck out of here.
they're like, "Are you serious?" You
Because
gonna
it
waste
got
my
so much.
time
It started
with
getting
this?
so much buzz. No, they were pursuing that shit, and then it started getting so much buzz, and it hit the news and whatnot. And then they're like, "All right, we don't want this unnecessary attention."
I wonder what they said. It's like, you're not hanging out with Daquan no more.
I don't know. That's just wild to me. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I've had concussions, Chief.
By somebody else?
How you get a concussion?
Self-inflicted by somebody else.
You had a concussion by
it
yourself?
yeah, playing basketball where I've tripped and not necessarily somebody else tripped me, but just running or I dove for the basketball and it hit the ground. I've ran into the. You were at one when we were playing in the open gym. I ran into a door.
Mm-hmm.
And cut my eyebrow wide the fuck open because somebody else was chasing after me. And
I remember
the door was like heavy. It was one of them, like, it's got to be like probably like 40, 60 pounds. And I'm pushing the door. Nah, probably not that much. But
We get the point. We get the point.
but yeah, and I busted my head open. I had a concussion. There's no way I didn't have no fucking concussion because my whole eyebrow was split open. The back of my head was split open. My head was ringing. Like, I had a concussion.
You could just been dazed for a second.
Nah, Chief, I had a
seeing
concussion.
stars. There
But
was
like,
one when you go
how,
for a block.
at what
and
point
some-
are you like, son, get your ass up and stop being a little bitch?
When they're older?
No, he's fucking 9, 10.
I mean,
You
I'm
gonna
not
baby
put-
him until
I
he's.
ain't gonna
I'm not
call-
gonna-
What are
I'm
you
not
gonna do?
call
You
him a
gonna
bitch.
you gonna cuddle him?
I'm
No,
not
I'm
gonna
not
call
saying.
him a
Okay,
bitch.
yeah, that's
I
out of
don't think
context.
that has nothing to do with the kid. Though.
That's out of
It's just the
context.
parent going crazy.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the kid
It's
being
over
soft.
That's more the
or
parents'
hard or
responsibility. I
anything.
bet you he was probably like, yo,
I'm fine.
Dad, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Leave
mom
Dave-
was like, you know what? Fuck that.
Leave Daquan alone.
Wow.
And he was like, Daquan's my friend. He goes, you're not hanging out with him anymore, Brent.
Brent.
well, they're talking about removing that kid from the school.
Oh, my God. Wait,
They're
which
probably
one?
gonna
The
make-
one that got hurt or the one that threw it?
The one that threw the ball.
Oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
they're removing him. They're gonna replace him in a different school.
That's crazy.
But at the same time, the school didn't step in and do anything.
Schools are fucking stupid nowadays. Like, the staff, they just have no common sense.
Nope.
None.
No concern either. Like I get that.
Speaking of, y'all done with that topic?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. Go right ahead. You,
Well,
you in control here.
You know
I'm
what really
thinking-
grinds my gears?
You can switch gears with me anytime. Go ahead.
Let's switch
Whoa,
gears
whoa,
here.
whoa, whoa, sir. Whoa. None of that shit over
You
here.
better check your privilege, bro.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
What do you guys think about bulletproof backpacks?
They've been around for
Would
a while.
you buy your kid
Nope.
I
a
would.
bulletproof backpack?
How heavy is it?
I don't know. I think they just put like a
It's made out of Kevlar, isn't it?
no. There's like one. They put like one sheet of whatever
Metal.
that material is. It's not metal.
It's Kevlar, isn't it?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But there's like different grades of like protection.
Yeah.
So I think it's like level 3 or whatever it is.
Those
They
are-
put it in the backpack, like where it actually touches your back, not the front part. or
Yeah.
the-
I don't know
that
why it's
part.
getting so much more attention. Now, those have been around since Columbine.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just obviously no social media, but now all the other ones, they're like, oh my God, let's do this.
What do you think about it though? Would you would you send your kid to school with a backpack, bulletproof backpack?
It's going to sound bad when I say this. It depends on where he's going to school.
Damn.
That's real talk.
But look at the
Not
look at the white schools.
If I
They
live
the ones shooting up.
Bang bang.
if it's
To school,
if,
just so you-
if I live in Chicago, yes.
But look at the schools that's getting shot up in the news. It's not like those public schools in Chicago because they're the ones that got the metal detectors and got officers in there all the time. It's the ones that doesn't have that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
So-
not necessarily the.
We'll allow you to retract your statement if you like.
Nah, I'm good. I'll stick with it. I stand by what I say. This is this podcast. That's what we do.
You can't be wrong and strong.
So as you continue, you're gonna stand by this as you get older, then too, right?
Exactly.
All right.
People don't change. Fuck that.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
So if a bulletproof backpack could have saved your child in the future, hopefully it never has to.
I'm gonna be like, what?
I don't know how this happened. He went to a great school in the suburbs, private,
And then
at
they're gonna play back this podcast talking about how
Listen to this ignorant motherfucker. We found this.
What you think?
He
Spud?
should be canceled.
I think they're dope. I think that's a dope idea. That's
It's sad
I don't
that
know
we
how
have to
much
be
it's
here.
gonna protect. You know what I mean?
Right.
Depending on what scenario the
You
child
send
is in.
him. You send him back to school with
But-
two, one in the front and one in the back.
That look crazy.
What you gonna do?
Or just put a bulletproof vest
Come
under their
on,
jacket.
bro. And that kid would get roasted. He's gonna end up being the one shooting up the school.
Look at your two backpack
like
ass
this?
over here.
Yeah.
They gonna start doing that to where they put backpacks all over themselves and run in the school. Who got you?
We got a gunfight going on.
Playing tag here.
Bring your guns tomorrow.
First one that bleeds it.
No headshots. Dude, that was my arm. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I got a little carried away. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
That's assault. There
Oh
goes
my
your.
Yeah, but I think it's a dope idea.
Then you get convicted.
Again, I don't know how much is, depending on the scenario, how much it will protect, but it's a pretty smart idea just in case the kid's running away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you don't know where the bullet's going.
Yeah.
And they don't have names either, so.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think it's kind of cool. I don't know if I would send my kid to school with a bulletproof backpack.
But how do you know if they... So nobody else is going to know it's bulletproof, though.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, like,
Same
that
time.
I want
seems,
to know if it works.
I mean,
Son, go stand over there, turn around. Don't move.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Wow.
you wild for that shit.
That's...
What?
Wow.
How do you know it works?
I'm pretty sure
So
you
you're
could
going to
test
make...
it on plenty
go,
of
go
stuff.
stand over there.
Hey,
You could just put the backpack down.
just put
No,
it
I
up-
don't even know
put
if
it-
it's going
put
to
it-
pierce skin.
Put it up against the wall. Put it next to a watermelon then. Or on a watermelon.
Wow, watermelon.
That's racist.
That's what people use, dummy.
You can't say watermelon.
I can't say watermelon. Is that what we've come to? You can't say watermelon
And boy,
and boy and chicken.
And
you can't
dark.
say nothing. Dark. You can't say dark. Man, the light is real dim in here. Hey, that's real too close. It's too close.
that's funny.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Oh, did you guys see that 16? Stupid.
Oh my god.
Did y'all see that 16-year-old kid that won $3 million?
Yeah, Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like, why do you go to school to get an education and have a good job?
And
Why?
as the parent, what do you say to that person? Because you can't
To
be
the
like,
kid?
get your ass to school.
No, what's crazy is
Fuck you, I pay the bills.
I think it was a single mom.
Me playing Fortnite, pays for this house.
I think it was a.
This is my shit. All this is me.
This right here, all me. You take out the trash before I come put hands on you again.
Yo, seriously, like, what do you say to cuz?
Well, here the crazy thing
Mom,
is
I'm working
that
right now.
his single. I think it was
the fuck out of here, mom!
I think I think she was a single mom, but she did not like him playing video games so much. Like, but when he was first getting into it, that she would take his Xbox and stuff away from him, or his PlayStation. I don't know what he had, but she would take it away from him, and he's like, "This is what I love. This is what I do."
That's crazy.
And then for him to win a tournament like that, he goes,
3.
"That's right.
Suck it, Mom.
You suck it. I want my skateboard out the shop."
That is crazy.
I'm winning $3 million. I'm immediately
Playing Fortnite.
I own everything at that point. I'm like, take the taxes. Mom, this fucking house is mine.
Playing
This
Fortnite.
house is mine. These dishes are mine. You cook dinner for me.
I saw the other day though. What's that? I don't know his name on YouTube. There's like a kid that just plays with toys.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Is it
that do
the
that.
is it the
he has
the
a-
kid from India?
No, he's an Asian kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's
You know
right.
what I'm talking about?
I knew it was overseas.
Okay.
Yeah. He gets like what, like millions of views.
Dude has like.
He makes
11.
he makes like what, 10,000 a month?
Yeah, maybe even more.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
even more. He's worth like I want to say like 20 million.
That's wild. How old is the kid?
7.
Damn.
He just plays with toys.
Basically, it's
Like,
kind of
how
like a
you,
review thing.
Like little kids play like cooking, you
Bro,
know.
I understand
all that.
what they do. I got a nephew.
But it's not just reviewing toys. He just literally just
plays
like,
with them. Yeah.
He just pretending he's a chef and like, oh, here's some orange juice and pouring like a empty cup.
So he's just acting like a kid and they're recording it.
and, they're
And
recording
now.
it, and this shit is viral.
Do you think
they gave him a show on Nickelodeon?
Do you
Did
think
you know that?
No.
That is fucking insane.
Dude, viral, man. This shit
That
gets
is
you
insane.
brains.
Hey,
and
this
everything.
day and age, you can become an entrepreneur
Insane.
for everything.
A millionaire at 7. Obviously, the parents control the money, right?
That's-
But when he turns 18, what do you do?
That's my fucking money. 7 years old.
Where's my money?
Give me that fucking toy.
Where's my money, bitch?
You're in the.
Where's the new toy? I need it Tuesday.
I'll
You're in the
have
mid-
your ass.
You're in the middle of the store.
You're fucking grounded.
You're in the middle of the store. I want that. No, you can't get that. What the fuck? That's my money.
Who pays the bills around here? Me.
That's crazy.
You're nothing
And
without me.
and the worst thing would be,
Crazy.
you know, he has to know that it's his. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to have some type of understanding that the reason why they're hot is because of him.
he could just be one of the.
He's 7.
Well,
you can't.
the
you
fact
can't
that
put it past the
the
kids
fact
like
that
that.
he has a show now.
Right. That's,
Yeah.
Right.
The fact that he has a show, yeah, he knows. But
But-
if it was strictly just YouTube,
Still, they're like, oh look, son, you got this many views.
what if they don't tell
We
him?
got a check from YouTube.
So it's Ryan Toys Reviews.
Yeah, but what if they don't? What if they don't do that? What if they literally just make the videos, post them, and he don't know?
He's 7, bro.
He
He's
makes
gonna
22
find
million
out
a
at some
year.
point.
22 million.
He
a year.
has to.
He's gonna find out at some point.
He
What I'm
has
saying,
to.
but what if it's one of those things? Be like, oh hey, look, you're famous. People like you. He don't know he gets. How do you, at that point they probably don't even tell him he gets paid.
But they have to. At some point he's probably like, why are you guys recording me? He has to know what's going on.
Oh
bro.
no, he definitely knows.
Yeah, he probably,
knows
and,
what's
and they
going
could
on.
easily say like, hey, all these people, all these kids watch your shows. They like you. And it's at that point he probably like, they do. People like me. I have
He's
friends.
7, bro. He's not no little
Quit.
4-year-old.
First off, I get it. Little kids aren't stupid. But quit acting like they fucking Wall Street people out
22
I'm
here.
not saying they're
million
Wall
a
Street, but
year.
he's gonna have some type of idea that we got to make another video again.
Or I want to.
This is the third video this week.
And then okay, I know we watched.
So
that
we just
eight-
doing
that-
this just to do this
We
shit.
watched that shit on HBO where the dude was like, "Oh fucking bitch, practice that golf swing." Yeah, you know how parents can be.
That's true.
Be like, get your ass in there and play with those fucking Legos. Put the cookies down. Get in there.
I didn't buy you that shit for no reason.
I buy you all these fucking toys. You don't even play with them. I'm going broke.
So this kid,
Wow.
he made 22 million in 1 year.
Damn.
He has 20 million subscribers.
I bet you
on YouTube.
he's seen
20 million subscribers.
I bet you he's seen half
Just
a
for
percent of that
playing.
money. I bet you he's seen half of the money for that.
And also in his videos, his parents in the videos too. Mm-hmm. So this
How old
shit's
is it?
crazy.
How old is his YouTube channel?
How
I wonder when it started.
but like every video has like over 1 million.
That's
views.
such a smart idea because easily, like, think about it as if you're a parent You could be like, oh, hey, you want to distract your kid? You show them a video of a kid playing with other toys.
And
like
kids,
when they're young.
Kids like that. Why do kids like...
I think it's me personally.
Crazy.
I in the background when I'm working, like processing paperwork and stuff, like I watch Team 4-Star. Basically, they're ones that did like a bridge series of like Dragon Ball. They do make a lot of funny stuff.
Okay.
At work, I put it on in the background and I listen to them like play different like games and they stream and stuff because they're funny. Like they make funny jokes about it and it's just a way to kill time. So even though I'm not watching it, it's funny to listen to and it kills time.
Right.
To where kids, they have ADHD all over the place. So they don't even care. They're just like, oh, hey, next video. Oh, this kid's playing with this toy that I like. Let's watch this. Oh, he's got all these other things. I like this toy and this.
Just like kids like watching other people like play video games.
Yeah,
like
Fortnite and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Hey,
Yeah.
just dropped.
What?
Care
Drake?
package.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later in this podcast. It's not that time.
Drake.
Y'all trying to get premature in this bitch?
I always go
Ooh.
prematurely.
Ooh.
She made me pre-cum so hard.
Who said that shit?
Fucking Luis. He's like, oh, she was so sexy, man. She was just trying to give me this little strip tease, and she made pre-cum so hard.
I was like, who says that?
I was like, man, what the
How
fuck?
do you pre-cum? Did you just cut?
Oh, that's not it. Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's still there.
Right.
That's crazy.
I was at the gym yesterday.
Huh? Where is this going?
I was at the gym yesterday.
Someone made
Well,
you
just because
pre-cum.
his wild ass comments. And
This is our boy Luis, by the way.
we're playing basketball, and we're probably been there for like, no, it was Tuesday night. We've been there for a while, and then he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I'm chafing real bad." I'm like, "Dude, come on, bro. I don't give a fuck about this. Keep that shit to yourself. Keep that." So just what the reason why I brought it up because Luis says a lot of wild shit. So
That dude is funny, man. He is funny
I
with
don't
just
even
some
know
of
if
the,
he knows if he
with some of the dumb shit that he says, but he's just funny to me. He's so funny.
Sure, because he's racist.
That too.
Oh, Brogan. I think you like this
I was
topic.
about to say, I'm not racist.
No.
Oh, Brogan, by the way.
whoa,
Racist
where's
about-
this going?
Hold on now. We're doing a podcast together.
When was it a couple weeks ago when you mentioned that you agree that women's soccer players should
Yeah.
get higher pay or something like that? Mm-hmm. So it looks like not the soccer players, but the WNBA players.
Oh, I didn't agree to that.
No, but now what they're doing is it's a step in the right direction though. So like the
Let's hear
top women athletes, basketball players, instead of going overseas to make their money, the U.S. Olympic prep team is going to pay the top players to stay and just play on that team.
Oh, that's what's up.
I
like
think that's
that.
a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they would do that for like any of those other sports. Like how would they do that for
For
the Olympics? For soccer.
soccer?
Because like women's soccer, I don't even know what their league is called. Like you know how the men's MLS?
Yeah.
What's their
WLS?
You making that up or is that real?
I don't know. That just shows how big of a stance it is right now.
So
We barely know MLS.
so that's what I'm saying. Like how do you pay? So do you just pay all the Olympic women players then?
I think that what I was thinking is that the the U.S. itself should pay the women's team as much, if not more, than the men's.
But we also said that the women's team got beat by a high school team.
Apparently, they want to come out and be like, "Oh, we weren't even trying.
But come on,
It was a warm up."
come on now.
From the outside looking in, it's not a good look. All I know is that the U.S. should pay the women's team more because they obviously are more
Women's
accomplished
soccer
than
team?
the women's soccer team more because they're obviously more accomplished. But as far as the sponsors and the people who pay the revenue, no, you're out of luck there. Like they don't have to pay you more because you're not bringing them in dollars. To where the U.S. they're the one they're benefiting the U.S. They're bringing in championships and stuff.
Right.
And they're getting exposure there to where ad revenue, they don't have to pay you. They're not required to pay you that much.
I think it's called the NWSL. Just to let you guys know.
NWSL.
Thanks
Yeah.
for researching that one.
New Women
No.
Soccer
National
League?
Women's.
Oh, National Women.
So
Nude Women's Soccer League.
I'm in there.
I would pay for that.
Literally.
Get a strike.
I'm in there literally.
Stop it, you misogynistic pigs. All right, okay, we'll stop.
But then you have to do the same thing for the basketball, right? For the women basketball Olympics, because they always go every year. Gold.
Yeah,
So
same thing. Why not?
All right.
But then again, at the same time, the men also dominate, and they bring in the ad revenue.
Yeah.
So, do we really? I mean, pay them a little bit more, but you're still not up there.
You're still not a guy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Not really. I agree with that. It's the NBA. Like, here's the thing: the WNBA is never.
I was kidding.
The WNBA is never going to thrive.
I'm here for both women and men
until somebody besides Brittany Griner can dunk.
Especially like tennis, like Serena should be out here.
Yeah, she's out here.
I think she gets paid exactly how she is. I think she's fine. Because guess what? They say, why am I not considered just among the greatest? It's because you are one of you will go in like a tennis hall of fame, but if she play, people have even talked about this. She is great at what she does on the women's side, but if she played against men, like she would lose against like people who aren't even ranked. People who aren't even in national contention, she would lose. It's a fact. She would lose.
I don't know if that's a fact, but I could see.
I don't think she would even be in like the top 100.
Right.
I don't even think she would be up there. If she played against men, I don't think she would even be in the top. That's my personal opinion. I don't think she'd be in the top 100. It's just a whole different game. It's a conditioning, power, everything. Like physically.
Conditioning, man.
Conditioning, man. It's physically gifted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are boys bigger, faster, stronger?
That's
yes.
just what it is.
Does that make an athlete? No. It sure the fuck does. Yeah, it definitely helps you.
It makes an athlete for sure.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's just how God made us.
Yep.
Not all of us.
No, but in general, made us bigger, faster, stronger.
I'm not very athletic myself.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm white. So, we know how that goes.
Rudo can
racist?
dunk on off his vertical, so
Yeah, he can just stand right under the basket and just with two hands
And
touch
windmill
the
it.
back of his neck.
Yep.
If I could, I would not be doing this podcast.
Wow, I see where your priorities are.
Yes.
Do a couple leg days and you're just out of here? Fine. I'll remember that. Next.
Grasshoppers.
Yes, young grasshopper.
these motherfuckers been everywhere.
Dude, at my job, I'll just be walking down. It's like a
Everywhere.
safari.
Straight up.
It's like,
But
Straight up. They've been everywhere.
did you see in Vegas though? Like, literally like a cloud, like a swarm, a cloud of them shits everywhere.
I seen that shit in
What
Vegas.
the fuck is happening? Like,
I think
where are they
it's-
coming from?
about
I think a
Is it
country.
global warming?
I know. I think it's a
Do you blame
country
Trump?
has sent like. All these fucking grasshoppers are not my problem. I don't believe in these grasshoppers.
I don't like them.
Those claims are false. I did not sexually harass those grasshoppers.
Wow.
It is just not true. It is a plan by the Democrats. It's China sending these grasshoppers over here.
What is happening? What is in the ecosystem that's causing all these fucking
The
grasshoppers?
fucking heat. That's what's in the ecosystem. It's hot as hell out here.
And there's
I
no.
don't
Is
know.
there? Is it global warming? Is that because of global warming?
Yes. People who say that global warming does not exist is fucking crazy. Because look at this. I have memories on my Facebook. A year ago, it was literally fucking storming. Like for like a week straight, monsoon season. We have had one fucking half day of rain.
That's true. And that was like this. That was just this week.
That was this week.
That's crazy.
Halfway into summer. One half a day?
Is it? Summer is basically coming to an.
No, we're halfway there. It's September 23rd is when it's over. Officially. In Arizona, it's like 6 months.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like you said, people believe that global warming is not real, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people.
So, gosh damn,
I
it's
was having
fine.
this conversation the other day, and
If it's global warming, why is it snowing? It's
I
like,
was having this conversation the other day. It wasn't about global warming, but there's somebody that said that they don't believe in space.
Man, you talking about
What?
global warming?
I mean, it's part of the. It's part
here's
of
the thing. I think people need to stop saying global warming and say it's climate change, because global warming automatically, there's ignorant people out there be like, oh, it seems pretty chilly to me. Take your fucking magic somewhere else. You and your science.
What do you mean?
Think
what
you're
they
all
mean by
smart,
that?
Mr. High
I
School
don't know,
diploma?
bruh, but they were like, I guess like
Like the world is flat.
today
The Earth is flat?
there was, I guess that was part of the conversation.
that.
was part of the conversation, but they were like, they didn't believe in space, and they were like, and they don't believe in about the moon and stuff like that, and they're like, why haven't we been back to the moon and this and that?
It's
and
funding.
X, Y, and Z. And I was like,
Cost.
but when you at night, when you look up and you see the moon and the stars, what do you think that is?
This is a big fucking light bulb in the sky.
They were like, it's just a projection, and I was like,
Projection of
How?
what?
On
It
a
has to-
fucking wall?
so how? I don't know, bruh. Like,
They didn't say that.
I swear
believe you.
I swear.
Fuck that.
And
I
I
would
was
have
like,
never spoke to him ever again.
I was like, that's wild. Like,
What does the word government mean to you?
I don't know. It was just something that came up just because we kind of talking about global warming is not real, and people think they think that it's not real, and also there's people out there that think that space is not real.
So what do you think it is?
Huh?
What do they think it is?
I guess they think it's a projection,
Oh, I thought okay.
like
So
a
you think-
projection.
Okay.
People out there.
Which-
Jesus is on menopause. Don't worry. It'll come back.
Do you think people have landed on the moon?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I believe that space is real.
I'm not coming back here next week if y'all don't change those answers. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll do a podcast with some weirdos. I don't know about that moon up there. They said it was made of cheese and people just step on it. Don't sound like.
Now this is love. A love seat.
This is a love seat.
Can't-
See, that's a couch, right?
But I
See,
guess
they
the
call it a couch.
point too that they were trying to state was like, we can stop putting money into NASA and all that stuff, and we need to start putting money into our oceans and things like that. And I was like, okay, I get the fact that we need to put more money into the ocean. I get that.
But NASA doesn't get any money
the
right
space
now.
thing,
But water's
the
not
space,
wet.
But the space.
Fuck
thing-
you. Do not do this.
It's not wet.
But the space thing.
Water is wet.
The space thing threw me off. And they were like, well, you can go to like a jungle, so you know a jungle's real. You can go to the ocean, so you know water and that is real.
Oh, do they
And
want to
you
go to
can-
space? Let's send them
so
on up.
basically
Hot
they
air
need-
balloon. Let them shits go. I was like, oh, how's it feel, bitch?
I don't have no idea, man. It was just a quick conversation that somebody had brought up.
That would've
and-
been real quick,
And
man.
I didn't entertain it at all. I was just like,
hey, man, you believe in space? I'd be like, yeah, I don't. I'm like, all right, bye.
my main thing was just like, how do you, when you look up at night, when you see the moon and the stars, what do you think that shit is? Like, if space ain't real.
Yeah.
It's that the sun has gone to take a nap. Do
Like
they-
the sun too.
do-
Like
I
with the
was saying,
sun.
do they think the
Yeah,
sun is
like,
real?
Right.
What do you think this hot shit is? It's a fucking light bulb in the sky. It's just on the brightest settings. They just turn it down.
What they say about that? Oh, you didn't get that deep into that.
Come on, man. I can't entertain that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just
That
it's,
shit started to make me like my brain cells started depletion. You know
Start
what I mean?
feeling
Like,
dumb as them.
right.
Saying that dumb
as
shit.
somebody who has driven here's my thing. People think that we're in some kind of like dome or whatever. My thing is that I have literally driven across states. There is no way I'm in some fucking I'm in like a worldwide dome. We're all just in a big fucking coliseum.
Maybe.
That's, you know what? I'll die not knowing that. That's fine with me. You know, I've always thought about this. What if it turned out that, like, say, alien life did contact us and then gave us our history and be like, hey, this is where you originated from. This is what happened. Like, what if it turned out that we came from something else?
So you're saying, what if we're the aliens?
Yeah, like,
Stay woke.
like. So I'm just saying, what if aliens came back and hey, you were a descendant of this race, like this is where we came from, you were dropped off here, this is how this happened. What if that actually came down? What would that do to religion? Like, what would happen?
The world would go crazy.
Like, what would you believe in at that point?
The world would go absolute crazy.
Like, would people still be like, nope, don't fucking believe it? Where'd you come from?
That's probably it. People would probably be in denial.
And be like, where did you come from? Where did the aliens come from that brought us here? It's wild, man. There's a bunch of shit. But back to these grasshoppers. But no,
And this all started because of grasshoppers.
it's a distraction. These grasshoppers are distracting us from the real issue.
It's Trump's fault for the grasshoppers.
AIDS is the real issue, people. I'm just kidding.
Did you see that
Out of
California that you can't see it, that they may take Trump's name off the presidential ballot if he doesn't show the receipts, bruh. Taxes.
I think it's smart.
What do you think about that?
I mean, why not? If he didn't do it in every president, basically he's not required to. Well, basically no president's been required to before. They've just done it,
Yeah, like the same thing they did with Obama. They said he's not a U.S. citizen. He's from Africa. or
and he
whatever.
just he
It's
never
like, don't care.
What did he?
Yeah, he showed them, but people still didn't believe it.
Oh, it's doctored.
Yeah, so that's basically what they're saying.
He's an alien.
So
He's a grasshopper. No, I mean,
What do you think?
if it goes into law,
what do you
not?
what do you think? You think he should show
just do it.
the people?
Everybody knows you went bankrupt like 8 times.
Right.
It's all good.
But it's a different. He
You
went like
you already
rich-
where you're at.
It's
But he
rich
went
people
rich-
bankrupt.
yeah, he went rich. He
exactly.
ain't really-
I mean, you got debt free.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
I guarantee. You know what? You know what's
You
crazy?
think he has something to hide though? You think there's some other shit in there?
that he didn't pay taxes,
Yeah.
like Apple, Amazon.
Yeah, they
everybody
found
else.
the loophole and then didn't pay it. You think?
Ooh, I'm sorry. A businessman who ran for president didn't pay taxes as a businessman. Like, who the fuck cares?
So what do you think then? He should.
Yeah.
What do you think, Spud?
I think
Should
he
he show
should
them
show.
receipts?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
I think
I mean, everybody
if he doesn't, it's just gonna be a pride thing at that point.
just treat everybody the same.
But
What
yeah.
if he wins the election without that state? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I'll be honest, man. I'll be honest. I don't know. I honestly could see him pulling it off again.
You could see it.
I could see him pulling it off again. Dang. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Who honestly? Who else right now are the Republicans gonna put up? They got nobody that can compete with him because everybody else, all the Republicans out there, and be like, "Gosh, damn right, put him back up there." Did you see that video?
I hate this man when he do that voice.
Yeah, his little
Put him fucking up there. Grab America.
his redneck.
grab it.
voice.
And so, what do you think about Trump winning the election again? Oh, he just grabbed America by the pussy. He just put him right in his place. Do it.
We ain't gonna stay on. We're not gonna stay on
man.
Trump too long on this
Come on.
podcast. But that's.
Did you
I
see
think
that?
he
I
should.
Yeah, I
though.
think he should show
I
it
think he
too.
should.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. I don't see why people are upset. Like, if he didn't pay taxes, like, guess what? We're upset. You know what? You can be upset, but why would you hold it against him when you see you have all these other rich people and businessmen and everything doing that? He did this before he was a president. He did it before he was a president. That's what rich people do. They find ways to not pay taxes.
Motherfucking loopholes.
Exactly. And they're acting like if they were rich, they're going to be like, oh, the government's going to take 60% of my money. How can I make sure that doesn't happen?
Shit, he needs
I
to
go
put
bankrupt.
he needs to put everybody on game on how to get out of that motherfucking shit.
You want to do this, this is what you got to do. You got to get a Swedish hooker, give her your money. You go over there, open a bank account. Gosh damn right, I'm going to do it.
Wow.
Go ahead, Cletus.
Wow.
Enough, Charlene. Is that a ghost? You got gosh damn grasshoppers in here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. There was this funny story. There was a grasshopper I was riding.
You were riding a grasshopper?
No, I was riding to the store
No, you said there's a funny story.
with a grasshopper, and I started to tell the story, but then I had to take a breath, so it was a weird pause. I was riding a grasshopper. How would that
That's
work?
exactly
That's
what
what you
it
said.
sounded like.
But
When
I
I play
paused.
this back, you gotta hear it.
I know, so, because I also got cut off. So, anyways, I was riding to the store, and then I was riding with somebody,
Into
and
that
then
freaky shit.
and so I'm riding with someone, and they decide
That's
to
that
say,
Old Town Road.
"Hey, man, leave him alone. He's a nice person." So
You
we-
riding to the store and what happened?
So I'm driving and I hear like a flick happen, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a piece of paper or something or something fell. I look back, I don't see nothing, and then all of a sudden, it happens again, and I see something fly up, and it just lands on the passenger side of the back seat. It's by the window, and I'm like, what was that? And I look back, and I'm like, oh, is that a grasshopper? Person I'm with just goes, oh shit. Hell, pull the fucking car over. And I was like, why? Like, no, I'm not dealing with no bugs right now. Start freaking out. I'm like, pull over. I roll down the window, and they're like, it's going to make it come up here. Please just pull over. I'm like, all right, fine. By the time we pull over, they hop out the car. And I'm like, get your ass back in the car so I can get this grasshopper out. And they're like, get the grasshopper out so I can get back in the car. I was like, all right, so get out. And then the grasshopper
This is
just
a terrible
jumps.
story.
Grasshopper's not even in there anymore. We made all that damn fuss. And I'm like, what? Why are you scared of grasshoppers? Like, they bite. I'm like, no, they fucking don't.
Do they?
I'm like,
No.
I'm like, no, they
They're
don't.
harmless.
And they're like, no, they're like crickets. And I'm like, they are just like crickets. They don't bite. And I'm like, no, they're like crickets, but bigger. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, can we get back in the car, please? I'm hungry.
I used to catch grasshoppers.
I just catch some little lightning bugs.
I used to tear the wings off
They don't have
grasshoppers.
that out here, huh?
Damn, that shit went dark.
No, I didn't.
He says,
First you were riding grasshoppers, and now you're ripping the wings off of them.
I was ripping the wings off while I was riding.
B was one of them kids that used to take fireworks and then tie them on cats. And then light it. Fuck you, cat! Fire pussy!
I tried to hold a serious face. Turn over! I'm gonna come.
Oh, man.
Wow.
All right.
Bro, did y'all see that shit with these chicks want to fucking get jaw shots to look like their IG filters?
I am not surprised at that.
That's crazy.
At all.
But why
Buy that
jaw,
now.
though?
I
Like,
didn't see that.
but why jaw?
Because,
That's crazy.
like, because you know how.
I
Is
can
it, like,
understand ass
is it like
shots.
tone it up?
Yeah.
I can understand Botox is smoothing shit out.
No.
Like, when you saying
But,
getting
like-
jaw shots, like they're filling their face out? Or is they slimming it? Like, are they getting it shaved down? Because I've
Yes.
seen some
Yes
girls
and
shave
yes.
their jawline. They shave their jawbone so that way they can get some filters.
I heard a chick actually say that.
That should sound ridiculous.
Like they
to
would
me.
get a jaw shot.
to basically
Make it
that
more
filter,
defined.
that
It makes it
filter
more
just
defined.
goes,
Yeah, it makes it more defined.
and they want to look like, oh, am I a pretty little anime girl? Am I a
get
pretty
it.
little anime girl?
I'll give you a jaw shot.
Am I? I just want to play frisbee.
I'll give you a
All
little,
right.
I'll give you a jaw shot.
Ooh,
Sounds kinky.
Real freaking naughty.
sexual
no, that's
innuendos.
It's just getting at this point. It's getting ridiculous. To be real with you, like
Yeah.
you already can cover up everything with makeup,
I saw this one.
and now you're
story.
gonna go to another level to alter who you are. And are you talking about that story with the Asian guy?
No. What?
So this female had all kinds of different plastic surgery that was done.
I know that story.
I think he was like some multimillionaire Asian dude. He married this chick, ends up having multiple kids with her. The kids come back and they come out in
They ugly.
in the words of Brogan,
Man, come
yes.
on.
In the words, I'm just
You
trying.
being PC.
In the words of Brogan, yes, they weren't what he was expecting, because from what she looked like compared to and what he looked like, he was expecting something a lot
Beautiful
more
kids.
attractive. But these children were busted.
I'm gonna say this: Chinese
So
people are a
you
lot
got-
more blunt when it comes to that. They'll say, "Hey, you ugly. You're not my child."
So that's how is this even any better? Like you got these jaw shots, you're getting these different procedures done, and just to fake the funk, and then you're gonna end up in a bad scenario.
You're gonna get all this surgery and stuff, look like Marilyn Monroe, and your kids are gonna come out looking like Wendy Williams.
Damn.
Damn.
Good joke, Brogan.
Oh my gosh. Can we just end it on that?
Okay, all right. So let's go to that.
Wow.
So what's on social media?
No, music.
Music. We gonna go
Cut
to
to
music.
music. Please.
I had some good shit too.
That's terrible.
I had some good shit, and y'all gonna end it on some fucking Wendy Williams joke. All right, y'all soft ass motherfuckers.
My dude just
I had some good shit.
What do you have?
So there was this lady who got pulled over. I don't know in what state, but she got pulled over by a cop, and I guess her taillight or something was out, and he tried to give her a ticket. He's like, "Hey, this ticket's $80," and she's like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Why am I going to pay this?" She's like, "I could easily just go to the store, buy it, and fix it." She goes, "You don't have to give me this ticket." And he goes, and it's a small town. He goes, your tail light's been out for a long time. He's like, come on. I was like, I've seen you ride around here. I was like, I've given you plenty of breaks. And she's like, nope, I'm not going to sign it. And he goes, you just need to sign this. He's like, it's not sign. You don't admit guilt by signing this. It's just saying that you got the ticket. You can fight it later. And she's like, nope, not going to sign it. And he goes, are you really going to be? So he's like, you can kiss my motherfucking ass. And then she's being real country about it. And he's like, okay, well, step out the car then. And she goes, what for? He goes, I mean, you're going to step out the car. You're under arrest then. And she's like, nope. You're not arresting me. Nope. She goes, you come over here. And he tries to open the door. He's like, open the door. Come on, let's not do this. She goes, just give me the fucking thing. I'll sign it. And he goes, oh, we're past that, ma'am. So he tries to open the door. And as soon as he opens it, she's like, get the fuck back. And just kicks his arm. And he's like, are you going to do this? He's like, get out of the car. And she's like, nope. And she's like, she drives literally like 50 feet. And then he runs back to his car and he just pulls the gun. He's like, hey, I don't want to do this. He's like, just get out of the car.
So he was shooter for that?
I think he's just trying to intimidate her at that point. But if
He
she was
pull
going
out
to
the taser?
So I think he did pull out the taser, but it looked like his gun. I'm assuming it was his gun, but I think it was his taser. I don't know.
Damn, the age that we're in right now. Damn.
But he's like, get out the car. And she rolls out and she's like, I'll sign it. She's just give me the ticket. He's like, nope, get your ass out the car. And she's like, you ain't gonna shoot me. He's like, just open it. And she opens it, and he's like, and he tries to pull her out, and she's like, nope. Starts kicking him and all that. He pulls her out the car, and she won't like roll over or do anything.
She's resisting.
So he's like, you keep resisting, you gonna get it. And she's like, fuck you. Pulls out the taser, and she stands up. He goes, sit back down, and she just gets up, and he goes, clink, pop, and you hear, ah! He's like, son of a bitch.
She made that shit 10 times worse.
So
for
then
herself.
she's sitting there, she's like, oh! And he's like, handcuffs her, throws her back in the car, and he's like, you could have just paid the damn ticket, but no, you could have just taken the paperwork. And she's like, I told you, let me sign it. He's like, nope, you wouldn't listen. She goes, you didn't have to tase me. He goes, you tried to attack me, and you tried to run off too. And she goes, no, I didn't.
Yeah, you made it worse.
Well, I'm sorry I kicked you. I'm a country girl. He's like, I don't mean shit. And then the video cuts off. I was dying. I was rolling laughing, man, so hard. She's like, nope. It just shows, man, people, like, you just have to sign it. You turned an $80 ticket into a felony. A felony. You're probably going to get some jail time now.
Yep.
I mean, you do got to know what you're signing, though. You don't want to just be signing anything.
I'm
not saying that she was in the right at all. I'm just saying you do need to know what you're signing.
But he told her, you're signing it. You basically means I gave you the ticket.
Right. After he explained it, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, bet, let's do it.
He's like, you don't have to do it. You can fight it.
So the only thing that I have for social media is this young man. Well, this father addressed his son because his son had been acting up, kind of. And what
crazy.
I mean by acting up is like he was talking crazy to his mother by saying like "fuck you" and calling her a bitch and shit like that.
Trying to act grown.
Yeah, trying to act like a tough man, and like he would be hitting on his sisters, talking shit with his sisters, trying to fight everybody. And his dad had talked to him a couple times about this situation, and he was telling his dad he would do better. And then a couple weeks go by, and he do the same shit, back to it, acting like he's tough, acting like he's grown. So there's a video out on social media where this dad is checking him and telling him like, you keep doing this shit. And just recently you talked to me like you were like, on God, I'll beat your ass, or on God, you can catch this fade, XYZ. So he was like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. And then the father starts putting hands on him, like he's just straight up fighting him. He's like, oh yeah, you grown now, huh? You grown? I'm gonna treat you like you grown. And he's like, this is what I do. And he's punching him, and you know what I mean, backing him down, punching him, so forth, and just treating him how he pretty much had set himself up to be treated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He wasn't bad at that point. He wasn't strong and tough at that point. So how do you guys feel about that situation, though? Would you do something like that to your child if they were out of pocket? Your son. I'm not child. Your son.
You start going out.
How old we talking?
He had to be at least 14, 15, maybe a little bit older than that.
Mm-hmm. If you're gonna go at your mama like that,
You talking
Yeah,
to
your grandma and all that too. You talking crazy?
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta.
and especially.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, ladies first.
Oh,
I'm just playing. I'll go age before beauty. I'll go.
You know what? I respect all the roasts here.
Age before beauty.
Oh, wow.
You're older.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Okay, I would say if it's at that point to where you want to be acting like Mr. Badass and all that stuff, you can't be talking that way to your mom and everything, and then come around and then say, and the minute I try to correct, I give you a chance, saying, hey man, you need to check yourself, and you be like, oh, fuck you, old ass dude, you can catch this fade. I'm like, all right, blah 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 blah, and be like, Dad, stop. I'm like, who's Dad? Blah blah blah. I'm just some old dude at the house.
yeah. Absolutely.
He gonna have to learn a lesson, because especially if you want to talk about putting hands on me and his mom. The fact is, when you start talking to the mom, the grandma, and everything like that, you acting like
His
you
sisters.
you acting like you the shit. Nah, you need to be put in your place.
Yeah, I agree with Brogan, especially females, especially your family. You don't talk to your family crazy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's who you have.
And if you think you a man, you're gonna get man punishment.
Especially if I told you multiple times, like, look, chill, like, respect your mom, respect your grandma, respect your sisters. Those are black queens, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And all that. And he's still talking crazy. I may not punch you, but I'm going to probably choke you out. You know what I mean?
Oh, we fighting. I'm going to go ahead and get gloves.
Body
And
shots.
I'll give you opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit you with my straight fist.
Right.
But we're going to put these gloves on. I'm going to beat your ass.
Oh, I'm gonna give him no gloves. I'll take gloves. I'll take the handicap. You know, I say that to my family sometimes. I remind my sisters and my mother that they black queens and say, hey, don't you talk to these black queens.
Come on, sis.
Say, hey, moms,
Mom,
you ready?
You good?
So, but yeah, I just, come on, man. We got to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just as people.
And is that like a parenting thing?
I think so. It's part
Think
of
so?
It might be a part of parenting mixed with
Supposed to be your environment and who you around at school.
Yep, exactly. I think it's both of it.
He could be around school people at school who don't have that and
it
be
could be
like, hey,
both.
man, fuck that bitch. She just be doing what
It could
I
be
say.
both of it. It could have been.
Yeah. It could be a mixture.
It could have been the father talks like that to his mother.
And he thinks it's cool.
You know what I'm saying? His father could be talking like that to his mom, and that be the reason why he's acting like that way at the same time. So, and then also like Brogan said, it could be a mixture of him being at school and who he's hanging out with, and the crowd he's around, which is causing him to act this way. So
Yeah.
but you still got to catch the fate. You still got to catch it.
Your parent.
You still got to catch it.
You respect your
Regardless.
parents, man.
Yeah.
Why not? I agree with that. I mean, not every kid deserves to be coddled and stuff. And there are some people who just, hey, you got to get tough with them.
Yeah.
There's not everybody. Like, some people are going to respond to, hey, you need to cut that shit out before things get physical, and they'll take it that way. Or
But what age do you start?
the belt.
What age do you start squaring up with
The belt
cuz?
goes out. The belt goes out the door when they're
With the threats.
when they're a teenager.
Okay.
When you're 13, you don't get the belt no more. You basically
we squaring
start
up.
you basically not even squaring up, but that's when you get a little bit more physical. Be like, you just grab him by the shoulder and be like,
Yeah, because
you
sometimes
want-
they try to test you.
do you want this problem?
Yeah, I mean, we all did it.
Yeah.
That also
You know what I'm
depends
saying?
on also the size of the kid
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
because he could be like 12 years old and be like a linebacker.
Yeah, but he's
Still
still
catching his
12.
fate.
Be like,
Yeah.
hey, little man. He'd be like, Dad, I weigh more than you do.
Just like you seen that how old was that kid? 13 on Bronny's team. That
Oh,
big
yeah.
ass
that
kid.
big
like
old
6'10".
that's a
bigger
big-
than LeBron.
That's a big boy.
Yeah,
And
you got to
then-
square with him. Like, oh shit.
Hey, little man, don't make me take your knees out. I'll ruin your whole career.
Straight up.
Before it even starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
did
he'll
this.
test. You know what
You
I'm
did
saying?
this to yourself.
He'll start testing.
But you can't be hard and then start Fortnite dancing in your room.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the only thing that I had really social media wise. But yeah, I mean, I guess we gotta teach lessons sometimes,
Yeah, you gotta put your hands on your
or you'll
kids
be taught
sometimes.
lessons. So
Rudo.
Social
you, sir?
media. I just had a quick one. It's kind of like a scandal.
scandal.
Spicy, a little spicy.
What do we got?
It was James Harden was at Jordan Wood's birthday party, and he was next to her, and she was dancing. So everyone's like, ooh.
Like
Is
on
there
him?
a video of this?
There is video.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Like was she dancing on him or just next to him?
It looked like next to him.
That's-
Right next to him.
Bro, that story she told about Tristan. Come on,
his
she
lap,
was she was
like
on
on
him.
his on the arm of the chair.
She was on him.
So I don't know, but what do you guys think of that? Is that
I didn't see it, but I think that's way too much. Oh, she stood within 15 feet of him and started dancing. What a slut. They must be having sexual relations.
I gotta see this video.
But James Harden is also a hoe, so.
I think he definitely knocked her, or the plan is to knock her. That's
I mean,
fine.
why not? James Harden just goes through him
You might as well.
shamelessly.
Why would you have shame? These hoes don't.
These hoes ain't loyal. You right. And James Harden, I will say he's one of the few that can
Yeah,
just go
he
through
can't-
him and just gets out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Trina, I think Trina was probably the realest one he was with.
Yeah.
But as soon as he left her, he got with
Ashanti.
Shanti, he got out. Chloe, he got out. Amber Rose, he got out.
Yeah. He knocked down some.
He takes those curses and just like, nope, I'm a Euro step around those, hit a step back.
He
Hey.
Hey,
all like the chick that you liked growing up as a kid. Like he went back and like knocked down all of them.
He did them in their prime too.
Who?
Good for him. James Harden?
Oh,
He got them all in their prime.
yeah.
That was before Amber Rose, before the baby.
Was it?
I thought it was, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, it was after the baby. But that was when she was in.
I don't know. I'm watching the video. You can't really tell if she's
Post
dancing on him
sickness.
or next to him,
hate
but you
that.
can tell they're in the little booth.
But you know
in the
how-
club, and she's dancing.
Right next,
But
kind of next
in
to
the
him.
in the area.
Yeah.
It's, the video's so far away, so
Yeah.
you can't really tell. But I bet you he knocked.
You think so? You think so?
You were just saying how James Harden been with all these other females.
Right.
Why
What
not?
is it? When have you seen him hang out with a female just to be friends?
I mean, it was a birthday party. He just pulled
Whose
up at
birthday
the-
party was it?
Jordan.
And why is he there?
They're friends.
They're friends?
I'm assuming they're
I wouldn't
friends.
see why. First of all,
They're friends first by association, and now they're friends after. You know what I'm saying? The
I guess,
situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
But
I
you know,
guess.
people would kind of. I don't know if people killed her, but they were just like, "Oh, that's crazy."
he's like,
She
hey,
made it out that story though.
he's like, hey,
Yeah, she
I had
did.
sex with Chloe.
she
you had sex
MacGyvered
with
that
Tristan?
whole situation.
It's probably like that. It's like I had sex with Chloe. You had sex with Tristan. Let's meet in the middle.
I think they MacGyvered that
cousins.
situation. I think she MacGyvered that situation because she's black. People don't want to kill her.
Nah, they
because-
were killing her,
Nah, I don't think a lot.
but I think she
'Cause
just had a good support
the
system
fact that
around
like
her.
Chloe and everybody kind of did the same thing, So
Right,
it was
but
like,
they
you
was
got your
they
own-
was killing her
you
at
got your own
first.
medicine.
They was killing her at first until somebody was like, "Let's bring up this situation."
Yeah, look at the receipts.
No, it's because she
Right.
got all the freaking.
and it was like, leave that black girl alone.
the Will Smith and all them, his family. They were like, no, leave her.
Come on, dude, what is you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, she made it out of it though.
No, she definitely did.
I mean, but then I mean they can't say much because they did the same thing to get where they're
especially
at.
Chloe, she can't say nothing.
That whole family is known for, you know what I mean, their sexual relations to get
I want sexual relations.
to get where they're at. So
Kylie didn't do that.
you don't know that?
That's true. Kendall.
I don't know.
Kendall's getting around
She
there.
be at every NBA game.
She would definitely be
For
scouting.
every
So,
NBA
and she-
player.
She's
right,
a true
exactly.
scouter.
She be in LA one week and then Philadelphia the
Might as
next.
well work for a team at this point.
She
Like you said,
definitely-
she's scouting.
She's scouting.
So
It's like, you know what? I like Danny.
so they
Green.
all really do that.
Yeah, that's their type. I
And it's
guess.
but it's probably worse just because who they are and it's just put in the limelight like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a big telescope on their heads.
So that's all I had. What y'all got for
Music
music?
of the week.
Music.
Who's got first?
New shit.
New shit. Oh yeah, Spud had some.
can we get the-
Spud with the breaking announcement? What do you got, Spud?
It's not.
Hey, let's go.
Well, Drake just dropped this
Oh, Drake.
this little project called Care
project?
Package. This dude, and all it is just some of his old tracks that he never released on any albums. So
So it's a bunch of B-sides?
Yeah, kind of B-sides. Stuff that was on, like, SoundCloud,
shit.
stuff
And
like that.
B-sides?
I'm going to be like Charlene. Drop an
Yeah.
air horn for B-sides.
Yeah, so, like, Trust Issues, The Motion.
We all heard those.
Yeah.
Still fire
So,
songs.
it's all that just put on a project. That's all it is.
I'm going to download that
Just put it
ASAP.
together.
Probably listen to that on the way home.
Trying to get
So he probably, like,
Trying to get
me
on
and
his
Brogan were
contract.
talking about earlier, he probably mastered all these tracks, and then he put them on a
He's
tape.
like, Birdman, I owe you one more album. Here it is.
I'm done.
B-sides.
I want to hear that. I want to hear the Girls Love Beyonce. Because I know that one. That
Beyonce.
one
That's
wasn't
a dope
finished.
track.
That's a dope track. That one wasn't finished.
I wonder if he kept going, though.
I hope so. I hope it's a mastered, finished. All the tracks are mastered and finished. I really hope.
I don't know. Do you even finish it? What's the point? It
I mean-
already had so much. It had so many plays already. So
What was the one? Did it have a Can I on here? You remember that
Can
one?
I's on there.
Can I is?
Mhm.
Oh my god, that one wasn't finished.
That's on there.
You couldn't find that anywhere. That one was definitely not finished.
Other music that I had is Bryson Tiller finally put a track out for. It's been a while,
Oh, he put Club Paradise on there. Oh, that's my shit.
and that's called
Sorry.
the Bryson Tiller track's called Blame. That one's pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And we already talked about the Gold Roses, didn't we?
Yeah.
Gold Roses.
Did we?
It's like a week old now.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was after we had recorded or before.
No, we talked about it during the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh
Put
yeah,
some
we did talk about how
flowers.
we previewed it
Put some flowers on my face.
because at that time he hadn't released it yet, and you were like, I just heard a few minutes of it and it sounded dope. But after you've heard the whole track, what are your thoughts though?
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm ready for that Ross album.
yeah, that whole Ross album. He's already put out a lot of tracks though
Yeah.
that is gonna be on the album. He just put out the list of the songs that are gonna be on the album.
The track list?
Yeah, he
I
put it
didn't
out.
see that.
Yeah, it's on his social media. He just put it out.
Me, I would listen to Fab just because he was in this news.
Oh yeah, he was out there.
So, I mean, I don't know if it's social media or not, but
Oh, that one.
I've just been listening to his music.
Yeah.
And it just remind me of how he was acting up. I don't know if the story is true or not.
That video is hilarious.
He looked
The
crazy.
one where he's stuttering.
Where he's like, "Does this sound like a guilty man to you?" He's innocent. He's like, "Man, I can." What?
I'm at a business meeting. He sound like Mello. I'm like, y'all niggas lying.
Sitting there, he's like, "Man, these TMZ, man. You know, I was just at. Where was I at? Yeah,
Yeah.
So what Fab you been listening to, bro?
Just the whole Soul Tape, man.
Yeah.
Soul Tape is dope.
Summertime is Shootout, and I saw something on IG where he's basically saying that the next Summertime Shootout or whatever it is dropping real soon. So I'm
Finally.
hopefully this month sometime, August.
Shit, he probably ain't gonna drop until December.
He probably ain't gonna drop till 2021.
Especially now, he's probably like, fuck that. I'm upset.
I'm
What do you think about that story? You think it's true?
I don't know. I didn't even hear the story. I just seen him on IG Live
Yeah, because TMZ was saying like,
that he had split up kind of with her.
yeah,
All I know
with
is-
Emily because they saw him with another chick at a dinner. So he was like, why y'all saying that we split?
That must be an amazing job to be a TMZ
Make
reporter.
shit up.
Yeah, you know, just be fucking
Drake ain't even light skinned.
and just fucking
Those are implants.
and just fucking niggas' lives up.
Just talking crazy.
You know,
Well, I will say, man, they break a lot of shit first
Yeah.
before anybody.
Yeah.
but how much of it's true?
I mean, truth or not, they usually put out something first.
Yeah.
You know? And then later on you hear
They'd be like
what it
redacted.
is. Yeah.
Story updated.
Like the Michael Jackson dying, I heard it from them first.
Mm-hmm.
The whole,
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller.
I heard about that first.
The whole Jay-Z, Beyonce elevator thing, them first.
I bet you they pay out the ass.
Yeah, they probably
for their
spend some
sources.
cheese for some
For that one?
No,
that
for no,
video?
just saying
for that video.
Well, for the video and in general, they probably pay out the ass to get everything. So they probably got their sources.
If you work for security, you taking that check for that video,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And
can I
you
get the
don't
video?
Much?
and you get fired.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or I would hold that video too and be like, highest bidder, who wants it?
Yeah.
Put it in my Dropbox.
You know, TMZ got probably the biggest check they could write.
Yeah, because they get all the ratings.
Yep. So,
You probably take it for some bullshit check too, though.
yeah.
We'll give you 500. Okay, sold. It's like, I'll give you a 6-pack.
Man, no, we talking about Jay-Z, Beyonce. You getting back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a whole
Facts,
I have a whole bottle of Douce here for you. Oh, all right, cool.
Oh, you gonna give me
Get
this
fucked up.
So that's all I had. Just the Fab because of the whole shit in the news. So I was just
Yeah.
like, let me go back and listen.
Spin his shit.
Yeah.
Fab got some dope tracks, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready for a Summertime Shootout or another soul tape or something.
This low key this year's already been kind of slept on with the music that's been released.
This low key this summer been fast, man.
It has.
Like kids are going back to school already.
We halfway
Crazy.
through.
Yeah.
Half.
I don't even remember going back to school this early. You remember?
Nah, it was usually like the second week of August.
Yeah, like
The
the
second week of August.
14th or something. Week
Yeah.
of the 14th. Kids going back to school in July.
Mm.
That's crazy.
That's that year round stuff.
That's crazy.
And summer school and all that.
Yeah.
So
What I had, basically, I freaking lost it already. Crap.
Basically, he lost it already.
Well, there was this one song I was listening to, but
Just
then
like him
I
riding
forgot.
grasshoppers.
You're an idiot for that. There was this old school song that I have listened to a few times lately. It's by Roxy Music. It's a 1980s song. It's called More Than This. It's kind of like, it's a 1980s song, but it's an old school one that my dad used to listen to a lot.
what year was it?
1982.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's one of those songs that basically it's just something I grew up to where my dad was bumping old school music whenever he'd be doing stuff around the house. It's just kind of a real old school vibe there. Another one that I've been listening to a lot lately has been Money in the Way by 2 Chainz. Throw it back a
That's
little
a
bit.
dope track.
It's a very dope track. I appreciate you putting me onto that
That's a
one.
dope
because it's a real dope track. There was one other song I'm listening to, but I can't remember it right now, so it probably doesn't mean that much anyways, but I'll probably think of it as soon as we get done with this. I'll probably think of it. But yeah, Money in the Way, it's just something whenever I just want to it just puts you in the mood, get hype, fuck some shit up. Not like that far, but yeah, that's pretty much what I have right there for those two.
I think
Pretty much it for this week.
I think that's it for this week, fellas.
Yeah.
Any last
words, final thoughts?
Spud?
Nah, bro.
Bruce?
I don't got nothing to say.
Big Bruce, you got anything to say? Every man needs to know his limitations.
All right.
And we don't have limitations on this podcast, so we good.
You can reach us at
Sound it out, Rudo.
That's My Slime Podcast. That's our IG. Twitter at That's My Slime Pod. And you can hit us up on email.
That's my sign podcast at gmail.com.
Any last words, fellas?
That's it, she.
Let's ride out.
And we're out of here, man.
See you next week.
Have a good one.
Endowments. Who knew?
Who knew?